See, wait. Alright, try now.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. Yes, indeed.
I already know who it is. I already know who it is. Ah, it's time. It's time. It's time.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. You remember where to meet, right?
This man tried to lead me
Please go
off
through the
to who
red door
actually
on
the
the
killer
first
was.
floor of the school. See you
But
soon.
now I know.
Yo.
Come on. What are you gonna do?
Let's go.
That's not a girl.
Hey, come on.
Very sad.
Just until you find out. Just wait until you find out.
Count on it.
Shall we go?
Well then.
It's true.
Didn't I give into the paper?
Never pick up off the air. Sure, he was good freshman year. I picked him up. Thursday, he made one shot.
Every time I go to the shooting class, Harvey was never in there. I went like 3 times per time.
Even the people on the side, they were like, your fucking teammates sold you.
Who's this?
Nigga Bionic said
this? Yo, in case we finish this one too quick, there's 750 level. What? Like, y'all on this.
I already know who it is. I already know who it is.
I died. It's over, bro. Wait, how did you die? You can't do stuff on that.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will grant. Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Chihiro's fatal injury.
I did not mean to press that.
It appears it was a head wound.
Wait, bro, how do I switch bullets?
The killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe.
Bro.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Bro, I actually messed up. I should have waited. Oh my god.
It was a head wound.
That's so annoying.
The killer used a blunt instrument.
Huh?
But what kind of blunt instrument
What are you
could
talking
it
about?
have been? I bet it was an iron pipe. Interesting.
I fucking missed.
Certainly would.
Poor Chihiro.
Now I live
According to the Monokuma file, what kind
at
of
401 Student Avenue. Bro, I missed again! Bitch, I keep on missing my shot. This is embarrassing right now.
According to the
It's like the same distance. Bro, I keep on missing the. I need to focus. What is this, bro?
Chihiro's, it appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt? I bet it was an iron pipe. Interesting.
Bro, what?
Certainly would.
Poor Chihiro.
How do I slow down time again?
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument.
I forgot how to slow down time.
What kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Right there.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Thank you.
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack. culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, it's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So more importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics. The first is that a bloody message is found written.
Oh, that's
No.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No
fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
It is not Toko. He's trying to lie.
True identity is Toko Fukawa.
No.
What? Hey, okay, wait.
No, it's hell no.
Toko has like
I know exactly who it is.
phobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is
That fucking dude that blamed it on her.
Is Toko
He's trying to lead me away from the case.
The answer is yes.
Booyaka,
and
booyaka.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
P-H. What am I trying to spell here? Oh, I got it. H. Let's try it. I didn't mean to hit S twice. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh, fuck. No, it was right there. That has to be it. What? Bro, I'm about to lose just because of this bullshit. I don't want to do Z. What the hell is that type of word? Let's do Z. Schizo. Schizo.
Now I understand.
Why did he...
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, I wouldn't say that about Miss Fukawa is...
perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
No, she does not. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, it has to do with her behavior change.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Bro, look at her, bro. Because she was scared of genocide. Drive out the middle screen.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Cap.
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her.
So accomplished.
Killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting... She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This guy is such a
This
cap.
is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
It's not her. She thinks it's her, but it's not her. Because I'm a different person. Bro, this... I already know who did this shit.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing.
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
It's not her.
Your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Hold on. But in this next second,
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
it's not her.
What happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun! Miss Jack, Jill, what's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
It couldn't be her.
Just kidding again!
No, but I know Sanaya was about to fight somebody. Some
This
black
should be
girl.
enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would... Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Bro, all this yapping.
Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Huh?
Do you really expect any of us to believe?
Hell no. I already told you what I think it is. Raka raka.
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Yeah. I don't talk to her at all.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
I didn't mean to press. What? What you talking about?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any?
What happened? No, she's in New York.
Any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
What? You talking about? I'm just trying to play my game, bro. I just paused it.
matches
Modest.
completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Did I just lose?
Shoot.
Did I just lose? Bro, do I gotta redo all that again? I was about to say. Wait, what's gonna happen? What the fuck? Why would y'all vote me?
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yes.
I refuse to give up yet.
What the fuck? Bro, I swear if it restarts from all the beginning. Okay. Go. Status of the dead body. Library desk lamp.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps
It's not
if you
disappearance
had an alibi,
thing.
that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do you need?
I need to take a piss. Hold up.
Oh, come back. I did the exact same thing twice in a row. Kenny completed 70%. Doesn't that mean he's like right behind you, Jaden? Oh, sorry.
The mentally is saving me crazy right now. Oh, Vincent, like, yeah, wait. Oh, shit, where are my headphones? I want to get a headset then. Oh my gosh.
I punched my headphones like there's a screw sticking out permanently. It's like a crack. It's because I was lagging. Like I punched it and I stopped lagging, but now it's broken.
You got headphones.
One, but at what cost? I don't know why the headset punch worked. It was gonna be my controller.
Trying to break everything.
That's what Rocky does. He punches this thing. Rocky's abusive.
I gotta get more, bro. I can't deal with it. I will break my Xbox with that. Just a lot of colors. I don't really like this Pride month.
Yo, bro, am I going the wrong way?
Give it up. You killed her.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What
Bro,
more
it
proof do we need?
bounced off, bro.
Give it up. You killed her.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Bitch, I feel like I'm gonna get this wrong.
Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this
No.
incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it's wrong.
It's peak Among Us.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's...
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Oh, you talking about Ben?
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right? Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murder. Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually actually one more difference!
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
She's not a girl. Which one should I try next? She's not a. I swear, if it's the girl thing, she's not a girl.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the movie side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can you gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
I already know who it is. This man right here.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Alright, bro.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
What?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
I didn't mean to do that.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
if you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural.
The victim, what so? Of course, I would suggest we check. There was no time for pointless What's so strange about it?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
What? Wait.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he
I was right.
weird.
I think I forgot a whole triangle.
To check out the girls' locker room.
That's a natural reaction for...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would
Bro.
suggest we check the girls' locker.
There was no time. What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
I didn't realize it took that long.
Yeah, but he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls'
That's a natural reaction for...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Wait, how do I use it? I thought that's how I used it.
If you're presented with the
Huh?
opportunity to check...
That's a natural
The victim was Chihiro, who was a... So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Oh, I get it now. Yes, I do.
You said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found his body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with
If I get this shit wrong, I'm gonna be upset.
natural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro.
I got that shit. Stop playing.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
No, that's wrong. I'll put more enthusiasm in it when it's the morning.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
That's true.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body. But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, and I use those same... But Chihiro, it was some kind of... That's right! Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No! Let's go.
No, it's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have, because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
No, why?
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yeah, why? His entire clan.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
No.
Disagree with not disagreeing.
Cause she's a boy.
So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still. There's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a... What about all that bothers you?
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile,
I just laughed because the way he said it.
A poster of the super
He didn't have to say big boob. He could have just said like
Again, that
woman,
doesn't really seem so.
but he put in the big
That
boob.
maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but Why did the culprit bother doing that? Huh? Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
'Cause she's a boy!
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
Guys don't understand.
But Chihiro's handbook should have
Guys don't
only
understand.
allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Wait, was she not a boy? Was it just...
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Shoot! Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really...
Let me pay attention to everything before I...
I'm sure there would have been no problem. Yeah, I don't... She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
She was a boy!
His initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
What, bro? Was...
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think...
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Let me quit, peace. Why is your shoe raping me? Get out of here. I can wear the shoes. Hold on.
Is she about to show us her dick or some shit?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body. It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible. This girl is...
Is what?
Hey, God!
A boy!
I knew it. Ben solved this shit.
She is actually a he. Interesting.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true?
Chihiro was a jock?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get... I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya's the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Wait, what?
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
What?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
I got it!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
You want to know who saw the killer?
And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in.
Game over, man!
No! Not game over!
Isn't there a single clue?
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah.
It's over.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only...
No, that's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh,
Yes.
but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Well, actually, she's alright now.
The rest of you